Angel Makeup and Gentle the Yahoo is much alive. They have come outside to speak. It's time to take over Biafra land. My people, we don't read though. You remember last time ago that the military come outside say they don't buy Angel Makeup and Gentle the Yahoo. As it stand right now, these people don't come outside though, come talk saying a lie. A heavy protest don't took on in Aba, demanding Mazin and the Kalo unconditional release following the US Congress as they have made their review of dividing Nigeria. They say Tunumbu, Nyashi don't hurt to, it man don't wrong. Say in go dialogue with the Biafrans, make peace reign. But people will go bring the videos one after the other, come show now, before we go come back and continue. Welcome back to Pump Info News. It has been a while. We are offline. We travel to that zoological republic to investigate what is truly happened because we don't like fake news in this platform. To tell you the honestly speak, a lot of things are going on in Nigeria. Let us watch the videos before we come back and continue. With time goes on, we're going to be bringing our evidences and facts of things that is happening in Nigeria. Stay tuned and watch this video.
Review. Between 8th to 13th October, they conducted offensive operations and arrested a suspected IPOB ESN terrorist commander identified as Gentle, who was on troops wanted list along 8 other criminals in Owerri West and Maitoli local government areas of Imo State, as well as Izi and Abochukwu local government area of Imo State. So weapons, ammunition, and vehicles were also recovered from them. Additionally, a female IPOB ASM collaborator, who also was believed to be one of their logistics suppliers, was arrested in Umunochi, local government area of Abia State, on 13th October 2025. During the arrest, 3 children, whose investigation revealed were biological children to a wanted IPOB PSL leader identified as Madwabuchi Wampo, otherwise known as Emergency, were found in her custody. It was further revealed that the terrorist leader is also her relation.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Biafrans all over the world. No matter your time, location, and your time frame from where you are watching me from. Today is 20th of January 2026. I have come with information, with an update. But before I will proceed, I will never forget to give honor to whom honor is due. In the person of Chief of Armed Forces, in the person of General Igwe Butosa. As you are hearing this information is coming from his office. And I want to also to appreciate
that direct competition between the Tinubu government and the Biafran secessionists. I don't think that really affects the military cooperation one way or the other.
And I mean, in the broader run of things that you talked about just a hot second ago, Patrick, I mean, whose narrative would you say is currently winning in Washington? The Nigerian government's or the separatists? And what evidence do you see of that?
It's really difficult within the Trump administration to state clearly and categorically what narrative is winning. Because it's, well, there was a talk, under Obama, people used to talk about a team of rivals. I mean, under Trump, it's a team of sort of businessmen and, competitive entrepreneurs all the time. And sure, you've got someone like Cruz who stood against Trump for the presidential nomination. And, there's some sort of animosity between the two. Trump used to call him Lying Ted and things like that. But Cruz is an important Republican senator. As I said, he chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. That's powerful. And he's very pro-Biafra. Yet I see no signs that Rubio shares his views. Rubio is also right-wing, religious, I guess sort of evangelical too, but takes a different view on Biafra. So I get Rubio is foreign Secretary of State. He's also National Security Advisor. And Hegseth is also extremely close to Trump. And he was the main interlocutor with Rubado. So I guess in terms of power politics, Hegseth and Rubio are on the Abuja and the Tinubu side for now. And they've supplied the weapons. Apparently, the AFRICOM statement yesterday said there's shipments of weapons coming to the Nigerian military via AFRICOM. So you've got to say that they're winning the narrative. But I don't think the Biafran lobbyists are going to give up. I think they're going to be there pushing their agenda. And who knows? I mean, you could see some concessions being made. People are talking about
the people of the eastern region have gathered again in their numbers to demand the unconditional release of their son, their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are demanding for the free Republic of Biafra. Let the international community bear us witness. We are peace-loving people. We have come out to demand for the release of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Protests happening live in Aba. We are demanding for the unconditional release of our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He committed no crime known to law. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. That is what we are demanding today, being the 20th of January 2026.
Used by APC government of Nigeria, when thousands troops into the street of Iguacha, Port Harcourt, to show their support for President Trump on 20th of January 2017. We demand justice. Number one, we demand justice for those murdered in cold blood during the President Trump inauguration solidarity rally, and prosecution of those responsible for the massacre and crimes against humanity. We declare our unapologetic solidarity with President Trump right from the day he first declared to be president of USA 10 years ago. We demand the unconditional release of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We demand a panel of inquiry on invasion of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home on 14 September 2017 and the killing of more than 28 Biafrans in his home and those responsible. We demand
an international community supervised panel of inquiry to investigate issue of insecurity in Southeast from late 2021 till date. Number 6, we demand an international panel of inquiry on the massacre of IPOB members in Mpo, Anambra State. We demand an international panel of inquiry on the massacre of IPOB members in Ngwa High School in Aba, Abia State. We demand for an international panel of inquiry on the massacre of IPOB members in Headbridge, Onitsha. We demand a public inquiry on Operation Python Dance, the invasion massacre of 28 people at the home of our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We demand for the unconditional release of all IPOB members in various prisons and detention centers across Nigeria. Nigerians judge should be sent back to school to study and understand basic international law. This is our demand and this is our decree. We are seeking for international community. We are demanding the attention of international community on the genocide perpetrated on Biafran soil. Ndewonu. Need on everybody.
As we normally do.
My people, and I don't see more as it dey happen. That's why they bring her. There is a heavy tension in Nigeria now because of the situation on ground. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have become a global topic that all the whole world is talking about today. Disintegration in Nigeria is the ocean. We have seen it for a very long time. Nigeria has no solution but divide the country. Because when you are in the Yoruba territory, you feel you are in a different country. When you're in Hausa territory, you feel you're a different country. When you come to the Igbo land, you feel you're a different country. So what is the need of being together? Let everybody go and fix themselves and their problems. Share this video. You get why.